Welcome to Financial Pop episode 13, The Looming Disaster. A couple of episodes I talked about how we like to keep things funny, lighthearted and learn something from it, but we want to keep it happy and funny. This one's not one of those episodes. On occasion we'll have something like this. This is an episode where we're going to talk about maybe a Chicken Little type situation, or some people may call this fear mongering. It's something that I believe is going to happen. And that is, we're in the middle of another bubble. We're headed for another crash. We didn't learn anything from 2008, apparently. Banks are still giving out ridiculous mortgages, and we're just headed for disaster. Now, some of the things that we need to keep in mind when we're looking at this are, number one, there were 75.8 million baby boomers born during the baby boom period of time. There are about approximately 10,000 baby boomers turning 65 every day. That means that there are probably a few less, but approximately 10,000 baby boomers turning 70 and a half every day as well. And now that we've reached that point, 70 and a half is an important number. 70 and a half is at the time at which anyone who's invested in a qualified plan, whether that be an IRA or a 401k or whatever, 403b and so on, that's when they have to start taking required minimum distributions. Whether they need the income or not, they have to liquidate some of their assets in order to make sure that the government gets their taxes. Now, what does this do? Well, in economics, we know of the law of supply and demand. When the supply is high, then demand goes down and drives prices down. The opposite is also true. However, in this situation, if people are being forced to liquidate their assets that they don't need, that's going to drive the supply up, which causes prices to fall. Now that's good if you believe that if you want to jump in on the market and start buying things with a lower price. That's great. The problem is, every single day we're getting more and more of those people driving the supply higher and higher. They have to liquidate, whether the prices are high or not, whether it's a good time to liquidate or not. They're forced to liquidate some of their assets. This drives the economy off of a cliff. So, this is what I feel. This is what I think is going to happen. Let's watch a little clip from the TV or the movie, The Big Short. In this, if you haven't seen this movie, it's a great movie to help you understand a bit about how the financial crisis started in 2008. In this clip, we're going to see Dr. Burry, who is played by Christian Bale, and he's gonna talk about his feelings for what he sees, and I feel the same way he does. So let's take a look at this clip real quick.
Dr. Burry? If the investors withdraw, what's going to happen here? Are we done?
Honestly, I don't know. The bonds aren't going down. They won't move. It's possible that we are in a completely fraudulent system.
Or you're wrong.
Sure. It's possible. Well, I just don't know how. I guess when someone's wrong, they never know how.
See you in the morning.
Yeah.
Okay, so like Dr. Burry, I don't see a way that I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. But like he said, I guess people who are wrong just don't see it until it's too late. But I fear that people are wrong about the market. I know many people who are heavily invested in the market, who believe Dave Ramsey's and Susie Orman's, who say invest in the market because it goes up by 8 or 12% per year every year. Averages are not actual rates of return, and the sequence of your returns makes a huge difference on the outcome of your investments. I'm not advising anyone to liquidate a 401k or an IRA or anything. I'm not advising anyone to liquidate any stock holdings whatsoever. I'm simply advising you, do your research, find out what is actually happening in the market, and if you feel comfortable in the stock market, stay there by all means. If you don't, then there are other options out there for you. Find one of those options. I'd be happy to point you in a number of directions if you are looking for any sort of advice there. I hope that this was an enjoyable episode, even though it was a little bit of a downer. I tried to keep it a little bit shorter than previous episodes, but it still dragged on a little bit longer. Anyway, next time we'll do something funny again. I don't know what it's going to be yet, but stay tuned. And remember, you have your best financial interest at heart. No one has your best interest at heart more than you do. Remember that and take control of your money and your investments. Thanks.